Cheers. Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of my knitting podcast. I'm Julian, your host. Welcome if you're new. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. I'm really happy to have you. And for everyone who's newer, you're invited to subscribe. Please, I'd be very happy about it. So, this is already my second try to make this video, because I already made it and then I tried to edit it and it was not in focus. So it was looking like you've been looking through a fog or something. So not that nice, but I hope this one will work out. So this episode will be more or less a yarn haul, but
As I'm a meldeter, I was hunting.
So what did I buy? I bought a lot of stuff. I had some free time because I had some holidays, and like it is in Germany, it rained the whole time. Not the first days where I had to work and clean up the basement and the garden and stuff, but the time that I really had saved for myself, just rain. Yes. But I shouldn't complain. It's still a fun time. So what did I buy? Of course I bought yarn, a lot of yarn. First thing I bought was green and yellow. It's from Wollerödel. I think it's a German company. At least sounds like this. Or at least they think they're like Motorhead, so adding just a German letter with the Ö, you know, the O with the two dots. But I think it's not meant like this. So, yes, you know I love books, you know I'm a geek, so what is it going to be? Something Gryffindor related, of course. I have to knit a tiny sock, but more on that later. So there will be much left of this yarn, and I'm not sure what I will do with it. But something Harry Potter related, I'm pretty sure. Second thing I thought were two tiny eyes. They are made out of glass. Right now I'm working on my first real knitting tutorial. If you haven't watched my last video, was it the last? I don't know. Link here and in the description box. I built myself a crafting table where I can sit and make tutorials and take pictures. I'm using this for my first real tutorial. I started it in the old flat, and I'm really excited because I'm this close to finishing the video. I just have to finish the project and film it, and then I have to edit and do the voiceover. But I hope within the next 1, maybe 2 weeks I'll be able to publish it. And I'll honestly party pretty hard when I finish it. So I bought eyes for it. I'm pretty happy I found them. I ordered some on Etsy, and they were too tiny, and I don't have the time. I don't want to wait again, so I went to a store, offline store, and bought two eyes. So of course it's going to be something like a pet or something, but I won't tell right now. But believe me, it's going to be awesome. So what's next? Cheers. By the way, I don't know if it's allowed to drink alcohol on YouTube, so it's alcohol free. I started drinking this when my wife was pregnant, because I said, okay, if she can drink alcohol, I want to for the whole 9 months. And believe me, this was pretty hard. I'm working in an agency and we drink all the time, and there were parties and German traditions where you're like, yeah, you have to drink. And I was like, no, I'm not drinking. And the first month when we didn't tell anyone that we were getting a baby, I had to tell something why I'm not drinking. So I just want to try not to drink. And yeah, I think at some point it was obvious. So I started drinking this one. It's Bavarian beer. I'm from the north of Germany, so usually I stay with our northern beers, because the north remembers, you know. But it's made with citrus, with lemon, and it's pretty nice. So cheers. I've lost my train of thought. By the way, you know, I'm how to explain? You might hear my tiny German accent. It's not really there, but if you listen really closely, you hear that I'm not a native speaker, so I'm always trying to learn and to improve. That's the reason why I'm doing this whole thing in English. So feel free to write a comment if I make something wrong. I won't be angry. Actually, I'll be happy because yes, I always try to learn. And last video I've been talking about something that I lost my thought, and I didn't know what I wanted to say, and I only remembered the German phrase, and someone nice told me that I did it wrong and gave me the right phrase. So I lost my my train of thought. So thank you very much. I learned something. Cheers on that. But now I really lost it. Okay, moi. Let's start with Jan. Jan is never wrong. So more yarn, of course. Boring colors, you might say, but that's really what I need right now. This yarn is not the most expensive. It's not high quality or something. I'm using it for knitting blankets, and right now I'm knitting 2 blankets. One is the Star Wars blanket from a little buddy, where I knit some pieces. If you follow me on Instagram, which I highly recommend, you already know some of them. So Leia, Yoda, Darth Vader. I almost forgot. I made 4 so far, I think. Leia, Yoda, Darth Vader, R2-D2, yes. The project I'm working on right now is only 2 colored, and will look a bit strange. Actually, it looks really strange. I just started it, and so I have a little clip, and please guess what this is going to be. So guys, this is the piece I'm working on. So if I put it here, it really looks a bit weird. But try to guess what this is going to be. Write a comment, and if you can tell me what it is, I'll think about something, but there will be a prize, something. So what is this going to be? Weird, isn't it? So yes, for this project I only need white and black, but the other blanket I'm knitting is my geek blanket. I haven't been able to work on it for months now, because when it was clear I would become a father, already from one second to another I stopped working on it and started working on the blanket for my little buddy, and knitted only for him and my wife, I think, and some tiny stuff for me. So I hope I'll get back on the geek blanket soon. I think I'll make a recap video pretty soon, just to keep you updated what I did so far and what my plans are. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So stay tuned later on. So subscribe and you won't miss it. So for the actual project I need these 2 colors, and for the next piece of the blanket I'll need some more gray. Yes, what else? And then I got bored pretty hard, because I know most of you are women who are watching this. But what you have to understand, when men go shopping with their women, it's not that much fun as you might expect it. We wait a lot. Within the stores, outside of the store, in front of toilets, everywhere. So I had some time to buy stuff, because I've got pretty bored. And now there is this little Danish store that spreads here in northern Germany, and I really enjoy going to Denmark in my holidays. They have great yarn and they have great candies, and that's what I bought there. I lost them. So I wanted to show you, but it's not that important. Maybe I have them somewhere here. Second. So I bought 4 lollipops, but I already ate 2. Cola and liquor, so they are pretty nice. And what they have as well is tea, so I bought tea. Over the last years I started to drink not only more tea, but a little bit the better tea. So I'm not buying the cheap discount tea, and sometimes I buy the more expensive tea. So I developed, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I became a little bit some kind of snob. And when I see cheap tea that is loose, so not in tea bags, I'm always a bit, this one is €1 for tea for 100 grams, it can't be good. And I was like, nah. But the tastes were pretty fun. So one of them was Bailey's, and I love Bailey's, and so I had to try it. And actually it was pretty good. So I bought a second bag of Bailey's, and I'll try a second one that sounded good. It's liquor. So I haven't tried it yet, but I hope it will taste as good as the other one. So tea and tea. So as you can see, I really live an exciting life. Yarn and tea and lollipops. What went wrong? Yeah, but that wasn't it. Now it's time to get a bit emotional. Just have to grab it. I love books. My wife loves books, and so for us it's important that we teach our little buddy that books can be pretty awesome. So I'm already reading to him, and now it's time that he really recognizes what's on pictures, and so we're starting to buy books. And you just go into the store, and then you look at the bookshelves, and it's really a time travel into my past, because the books that my mother read to me were now in the department for classics. And I stood there and was like, oh, I know this, and then you open it and start to read. And Astrid Lindgren, I don't know wherever you're from, if she's known there, but the children's books of her are just part of my childhood, and I got really a bit emotional. Remembered the Christmas time when my mother read to me and my brother, and that was pretty great. So yes, I want to buy them as well, but I'm a bit afraid that I will only buy the stuff I already know, because I love it, and I don't know if he will love it, but he has to listen to it. So I'll have to force myself to buy new books. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'll try to. But okay, honestly he's really too young for this kind of books. But what we bought were picture books. Do you call it like that? Pretty much just a really strong book that you can touch and puke on it and whatever. And spill food on it that will still survive, and it only has pictures and some simple words. And I was really excited when I saw what's going on. The 21st century is pretty awesome for babies, I think, because they make noises, they have fur, and we only had pictures. But nowadays it seems they have fur, and they make the sound. So I was standing there, a dude 32 years old, and been playing around like 15 minutes with this little books and listening to the sounds of the animals and whatever, and tools. There's so much. And just check this out. Knitting, of course, cheap. Weird. And sometimes some of them are not working pretty well, so they don't stop making noises. Yes. Little side trip, but fun. It was really fun to watch. In the end, 2 announcements and 1 funny sad story. I start with the story. Last week there was no podcast, and I was so proud of myself. For 4 weeks in a row I uploaded videos, and I thought, now I'm on the run. But first we had problems with the internet in our house. Then I made the video, and my editing software just died and didn't work, and I was finished. I only had to press the export button so that I will get the video. And honestly, I don't know what went wrong, but there was no video in the end, and I couldn't edit it, and it took some hours, so it's over. So I was really angry. Usually I'm more the relaxed guy, and if you want to get in a fight with me, it's pretty hard. You have really put a lot of effort into this. But one thing that really freaks me out is when computers are not working. So when I know I want to do something and I need it now or in 5 minutes, and I hate this. So I was so angry, and then I went working and did other stuff. So I hope this won't happen again. I organized a new software, and I think I'll be more regular, hopefully. So announcements. I'm thinking about doing a second format. So this weekly thing I'm doing here is my podcast, my way of keeping you updated on what I'm doing, and what I really love to do is to add the second one, a short one. That is not about me talking like in diary form, like a classical podcast or vlog, but to share stuff with you and not my stuff. So I'm thinking about doing a little inspiration format where I just show you the knitted stuff I found and that I loved. As many of you, I love to be on Instagram for like 2 to 6 hours a day. No, not that much, but you know what I'm talking about, just checking what's going on there, and I'm finding so much stuff on Instagram and on Pinterest, and I think I'll make short videos sharing the treasures I found, I would say. So please leave a comment if you'd be interested. Of course, they won't be boring like, oh, look at scarf and look socks. So I'll try to sort them and organize them in some way. I think I'll start with the Star Wars one, of course, obvious. Yes, that's the first one. Then I found pretty old footage I made. 2 years ago I made a granny square blanket, a Star Wars granny square blanket, a Chewbacca one. And making this one was really a thrill, because there are different phases of making a blanket, from being inspired, being happy, to being depressed, wanting to stop, wanting to shout, wanting to burn the whole thing, because crafting a blanket, whether if it's knitting or crochet or whatever, it takes so much time and patience. And I made a video about this, and I totally forgot that I made this, and now I found the footage. So I think I'll upload it pretty soon when I finished editing it. Yes, those were my announcements. Anything to add? No, not yet. No. So guys, thank you for watching this. If you are listening to me right now, you watched close to the end, and I'm proud of you. I'm very thankful. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, leave a like, share this with your friends, family, whoever. Please write a comment. If you ask something or say something, I'll try to respond to it, of course. Follow me on Instagram. Check out my blog, knttng.com. All links in the description box. On Instagram, I'm Knttng Julian. No I's in knitting. There is no I in knitting. Yeah, so please follow me, subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. And like always, keep knitting.